Let's take a look at the news from across the country and what's making headlines around the world at this hour. Coming up, President Trump signaling he may consider taking the stand as part of the House's ongoing impeachment probe. We will break down the very latest developments on that. A Hong Kong university remains under siege, caught in a clash between protesters and police as tensions there reach a breaking point. Then Israeli lawmakers under pressure to stave off the need for yet another election. A look inside the star-studded American Portrait Gala. Snoop Dogg wants his name at the top of a certain list, and the Joker makes history. More details on these stories and others are ahead, but first, let's take a look at your forecast. Yet another mass shooting, this one at a parrot surprise attack, striking a football watch party. Reed Binion reports. Absolutely heartbreaking. Of course, our thoughts and prayers very much with the family today. Well, at least 8 current and former officials are set to testify this week in the impeachment inquiry against President Trump. The hearings come as new transcripts were released from a closed-door deposition with a top ambassador. Lauren Fox reports. And we have just learned in the last few hours via a tweet from President Trump in response to an offer from Nancy Pelosi to testify regarding the impeachment inquiry. He signaled his potential willingness to do that. We will keep you up to speed on that as that news develops. Meanwhile, President Donald Trump responding to a tweet from North Korea, which hinted at another summit with North Korean leader Kim Jong-un, saying it has no interest in giving Trump further meetings to brag about unless it gets something substantial in return. The statement by Foreign Ministry advisor Kim Kai-gwan is the latest call by North Korea for U.S. concessions. It's ahead of an end-of-year deadline set by Kim Jong-un for the Trump administration to offer mutually acceptable terms for a deal to salvage nuclear diplomacy. A new video shows anti-government protesters using makeshift barricades to block off streets near a major university in Hong Kong. The institution has been under siege by police and protesters for 2 days now. Protesters set fire to the entrance of the Hong Kong Polytechnic University early Monday in a last-ditch attempt to stop riot police from entering. The flames followed a night of violence as students hurled petrol bombs at Hong Kong police, who deployed water cannons and warned that if given no other choice, they would use live rounds. One person is dead and several others injured after a suspension bridge collapsed in southwest France on Monday. According to French prosecutors, a 15-year-old girl died after the bridge leading to the small town of Mirepoix-sur-Tarn collapsed at 8 a.m. local time. Her mother was rescued by witnesses at the scene. 3 vehicles were caught in the bridge collapse as well. According to the prosecutor, an investigation has been opened into what caused that bridge collapse. Well, UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson making election pitches Monday and facing new questions about his relationship with an American businesswoman who allegedly received favors and public funds while Johnson was then the mayor of London. Britain's stalled departure from the European Union is the overriding issue in campaigning for the UK's December 12th election. More than 3 years after the UK voted to leave, the nature of its future relationship with the EU and its departure date remain unclear. In continuing coverage, Israeli opposition leader Benny Gantz has until midnight on Wednesday to form a government. Prime Minister Netanyahu, meanwhile, is under pressure, his rival, with just a few days to announce he has a coalition and unseat Netanyahu in the process. Gantz says he's pursuing a unity government, but says he won't rule out any option that includes a minority government as well that relies on the outside support of the Arab parties. Netanyahu has said such a government would be an unprecedented danger to Israel. It was a reminder of Netanyahu's campaign rhetoric when he accused Arabs of voter fraud and trying to steal the elections. Democratic presidential hopefuls back in the U.S. made their pitch to Nevada voters Sunday night. The state Democratic Party hosted the First in the West event. 14 candidates took the stage to make the case for why they should become president, including newcomer to the race, former Massachusetts Governor Deval Patrick. Nevada is one of the first 4 early voting states in the 2020 presidential election, so a lot will happen there. Well, some big A-listers and stars walked the red carpet for the 2019 American Portrait Gala in Washington Sunday. It was held at the Smithsonian's National Portrait Gallery. The event, held every other year, raises money for the Smithsonian Institution's Endowment for Exhibitions. presenters this year included former First Lady Michelle Obama, the Late Late Show host James Corden, and music producing legend Clive Davis. The prize celebrates high achievement in science, business, performing arts, media, and fashion. Snoop Dogg wants to be the sexiest man alive. People magazine recently named Legend its sexiest man alive for 2019. But the dog father felt otherwise. Snoop, whose real name is Calvin Broadus, posted this Instagram photo showing an edited magazine cover that has himself in place of the singer on it. No word yet from Legend on Snoop's idea. Share it. Why not? Couldn't hurt. Well, this fall's biggest blockbuster keeps setting new records. David Daniel has that and more in your Hollywood Minute. Yeah, pretty cool. Gotta love Tom Hanks, too. Well, don't go anywhere. Coming up on Newsnet, got a lot more news headlines for you, in addition to a look at the weather near you and sports. Stay tuned. We'll be back on the other side.